Hey folks, Tony from Tacoma, Washington. Hey, I've been carrying my Glock 19 for about 5 years now, and I've really worked hard to perfect my system to make it as comfortable as possible so that I can carry my Glock every single day. So this is typically how I dress on the weekends. I usually have a dress shirt that I tuck in and my jeans. During the week, I wear a dress shirt and slacks. Same thing, I have to tuck my shirt in. So that means I have to wear an inside waistband holster. And that makes it probably the most difficult to get comfortable. So after 5 years and all this perfecting, I finally have a system that I think that really works well for me. I've been carrying this way, like I said, for about 5 years. And I just finally think it's time to share how my carry system. So let me give you a 360-degree view of, what I look like to the general public. I'm carrying my Glock 19 about 4 o'clock, and there it is. After 5 years, I've never been spotted carrying a handgun, so I don't think it prints very much. I just think the system works, so let's get to it. Okay, so let me take off my shirt and show you the heart of the system. Warning, fat old guy alert. Alright, first thing you notice is my hidden suspenders. The problem that I had when I started carrying 5, 6, 7 years ago was the weight of my handgun pushing down on my belt would push the gun out of position, and I found that to be really uncomfortable. What I found was with these hidden suspenders, it keeps my belt line exactly where I want it, and so my gun is just super comfortable. As a matter of fact, using this system, I can wear my gun all day, from morning till night, and I literally forget that I'm wearing the gun. It's just comfortable. There's no hot spots at all. Wearing the gun just feels natural at this point. So what do I have here? I've got the CCW Comfort Sling. I've got my Glock 19, and for the last 2 years I've been carrying it in an Alienware holster. I have one of their original ones. I modified the heck out of this holster to get it to be comfortable. But that's the system. Basically, the Glock 19, the Alien Gear holster, the CCW Comfort Sling. I'm also wearing a very high value or high quality Minotaur Mintech. Let me get this right. It's from comp-tac holsters, and it's their Minitech belt. So this is a great belt. It's 1.5 inches wide. It's Kydex reinforced. It's a great gun belt. All right, so let's head over to the kitchen table. We'll do a quick tabletop on how I've made these modifications. All right, so let me give you a close-up view of what I consider the heart of the system, and that's these hidden suspenders. So it starts off with this J-hook. Again, the idea is to keep the weight of your handgun from causing your belt to fall out of position. So what these do is, these are just regular J-hooks that go onto your waistline wherever they're the most comfortable for you. And they clip under your belt just like that. So the idea is that the weight of your handgun is supported by your belt is supported by these J-hooks, and then the J-hooks clip into the shoulder, the hidden suspender shoulder system. So the whole weight of your gun is supported by the hidden suspenders. Okay, so once you have the J-hook in place, you just take your inside the waistband holster and you put it on your belt line where you would like it. And so the idea is now the weight of your gun's in the holster is being supported by your belt, which is being supported by the hidden suspender system. So here comes my first modification. When the Alien Gear holster came, it came with two different belt clips. It didn't make any sense to me to have the Alien Gear belt clip and the CCW J-hook right next to each other. So the first modification I made was I took off the Alien Gear pant loops and I replaced them with the CCW system. And it just looks like this. I just unscrewed one and screwed the other one in. So what that means is you don't need a separate J-hook. to make this system work. You just put this in just like you would if you were just using the hidden suspenders alone. And so that's what it looks like when it's in place. All you can see from the outside to the general public is you can only see just the bottom of the J hooks, and if you're wearing a black belt, they're not noticeable at all. So again, this is just the J hook. You clip this into the shoulder harness. So replace the original J hook and clip this in, and there you go. So the weight of the gun's in the holster, being transferred to the belt, being transferred to the J hook, being transferred to the shoulder assembly. And it's completely tuckable. Gun in the holster. Of course, the Alien Gear is a tuckable holster, so it creates this nice cavity to tuck your shirt in. The CCW hidden suspender system is completely tuckable. It creates, again, this nice cavity to tuck your shirt in, and the shirt simply tucks in around the gun. And so that's what it looks like when it's all tucked in. What I also like about this system is the versatility, because not only can I tuck the shirt in front of the gun, I can also tuck the shirt behind the gun if I choose to. And so if I'm wearing a vest or some other concealment garment and I want the gun outside my shirt, I can do that. And then if I choose to wear it outside the waistband, I simply remove the inside the waistband holster, replace the original J hooks, and then attach an outside the waistband holster. So with one system, I can wear inside the waistband, tucked in front of the holster or behind the holster, or I can modify or just change it to wear an outside the waistband holster. So the only time I wear an outside waistband holster usually is during competition. So I really like that I can be comfortable when I'm doing IDPA. But again, most of the time I'm wearing inside the waistband holster. Now, a second modification that I made to this Alien Gear original holster was I made it contoured so it would fit around my hip in a more contoured fashion. If you look at this, you can see that it's quite rounded. When the Alien Gear came originally, this panel was flat, and it held the entire holster pretty flat. And so rather than being contoured around my hip, it kind of rocked around my hip. I didn't like that very much, so it was a real easy fix. I just got a heat gun, I heated up the seam, I bent it to the angle that I liked on both sides, ended up with that contour, and I like that. Another modification I made to the Alien Gear was it didn't have enough retention when I was wearing it. I like a lot of retention. If I ever get into a scuffle, I don't want my gun to get away from me. So what I did was I just heated up this trigger area and pushed it in. You can see where I've pushed it in, and that gave it the right amount of retention. When it's against my hip and the leather's pushing from one direction and this trigger guard's pushing from the other, I get a good amount of retention. I can demonstrate it now, but it won't be the same unless it's actually on my hip, but you can hear it snap in. And that's something that the Alien Gear didn't do originally. But when it's a little bit more tension when I'm wearing it, and it's just perfect. Okay, I thought I'd finish this video up by showing you how easy it is to tuck in your shirt. Again, I'm wearing the CCW Comfort Sling hidden suspenders. I've got my Glock 19 inside of an Alien Gear original hybrid holster, and the holster and the hidden suspenders are all completely tuckable. So here we go. I like to get my shirt down just as far as I possibly can. And that's kind of it. And this is how I go through the day. And if I want, I can also wear the shirt behind the holster if I'm going to wear a vest or some other concealment garment. So let me show you how that would look. And it's the exact same process, just tuck in behind the holster. And that's it. Hold on. And so if I'm wearing a vest or some other concealment garment, I like to leave the gun more accessible, so this is the system I use. And so again, if I'm going to leave my vest on, I tuck my shirt completely behind the holster so I have better access to the firearm. So that's my system. This is Tony from Tacoma. After 5 or 6 or 7 years of trying to perfect the carry system, I think I finally have got it, because again, I can wear this system literally from first thing in the morning until I go to bed at night, and it just doesn't bother me. I just don't think about the fact I have a gun on anymore. Again, Tony from Tacoma, signing off.